Hello, good morning. Today also I will read the story of the Mabada. Today I'm going to read about three stories in the Dhammapada book. As before, sometimes I read one story or two stories. Very rare time. I usually read three stories. Today I will read three stories. First story is the story of Tissa, the Thera with the stinging body. The second story is the story of Nanda, the Herdsman. The last story is the story of Soreyya. The first story, the story of Tissa, the Thera with the stinging body. While residing at the Jidavana monastery, the Buddha uttered words from the Buddha. Tirthasadasa was diligently practicing meditation. When he was afflicted all over his body, and there developed into big sores. When these sores burst, his upper and lower robes became sticky and stained with pus and blood, and his whole body was stinging. For this reason, he was known as Buddhi Gada Tessa, Tessa the Thera with stinging body. As the Buddha surveyed the universe with the of his own intellect, the Thera appeared in his vision. At the same time, he also knew that Tessa would soon attain Radhaship. So the Buddha proceeded to the fire shed close to the place where the Thera was staying. There he boiled some water and then, going to where the Thera was lying down, took hold of the edge of the corpse. It was then only that the resident pupils gathered around the Thera, and, instructed by the Buddha, they carried the Thera to the fire shed, where he was washed and bathed while he was being bathed. His upper and lower robes were washed and dried. After the bath, the Thera became fresh in body and mind, and soon developed one point of the couch. The Buddha said to him that this body, when divided of life, would be as useless as a log and would be laid on the earth. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows. Before long, consciousness were lying on earth, discarded like a useless log. At the end of the discourse, Tirthasadasa attained a leadership together with analytical insight and soon persuade. The second story, the story of Nanda, the herdsman. While on a visit to a village in the kingdom of Kosala, the Buddha uttered verse 42 of this book. With it, Nanda was a herdsman who looked after the cows of another Vedika. Although only a herdsman, he had some means of his own. Occasionally, he would go to the house of another Vedika, and there he sometimes met the Buddha and listened to his discourses. Nanda requested the Buddha to pay a visit to his house, but the Buddha did not go to Nanda's house immediately, saying that it was not yet time. After some time, while traveling with his followers, the Buddha went off his route to visit Nanda, knowing that the time was ripe for Nanda to receive his teaching properly. Nanda respectfully received the Buddha and his followers. He served them milk products and other choice food for 7 days. On the last day, after hearing the discourse given by the Buddha, Nanda attained Sattva fruition. As the Buddha was leaving that day, Nanda, carrying the bowl of the Buddha, followed him for some distance, paid obeisance, and turned back to go home. At the instant, a hunter who was an old enemy of Nanda shot him down. The bhikkhus who were following the Buddha saw Nanda lying dead. They reported the matter to the Buddha, saying, Venerable Sir, because you came here, Nanda, who made great offerings to you and accompanied you on bhikkhus, whether I came here or not, there was no escape from death for him. As we wrongly directed mind can do oneself much greater harm than an enemy or a thief can. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows: A wrongly directed mind can do oneself far greater harm. The last story, the story of Soreyya. While residing at the Jedavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verse 43 of this book with reference to Soreyya, the son of a rich man of Soreyya city. On one occasion, Soreyya, accompanied by a friend and some attendants, was going out in a luxurious carriage for a bath. At that moment, Thera Mahakesayana was adjusting his robes outside the city. As he was going into the city of Soreyya for alms food, the youth Soreyya, seeing the golden complexion of the Thera, thought, How I wish the Thera were my wife, or else that the complexion of my wife were like that of his. As the wish arose in him, his sex changed and he became a woman. Very much ashamed, he got down from the carriage and for him, but could not find him. Soreyya, now a woman, offered her signet ring to some people going to Tissa to allow her to go along with them in their carriage. On arrival at Tissa, her companions told a young rich man of Tissa about the lady who came along with them. The young rich man, finding her to be very beautiful and of a suitable age for him, married her. As a result of this marriage, 2 sons were born. There were also 2 sons from the previous marriage of Soreyya as a man. One day, a rich man's son from the city of Soreyya came to Tissa with the 500 cars. Lady Soreyya, recognizing him to be an old friend, sent for him. The man from Soreyya city was surprised that he was invited because he did not know the lady who invited him. He told the lady Soreyya that she knew him and also inquired after the health of her family and other people in Soreyya city. The man from Soreyya city next told her about the rich man's son who disappeared mysteriously while going out for a bath. Then the lady Soreyya revealed her identity and related all that had happened about the wrongfully thoughts with regard to Thera Mahakechayana, about the chain of sex, and her marriage to the young rich man of Tissa. The man from the city of Soreyya then advised the lady Soreyya to ask pardon of the Thera. Thera Mahakesayana was accordingly invited to the house of Soreyya. Lady Soreyya was brought to the presence of the Thera, and the man from Soreyya told the Thera that the lady was at one time the person of a rich man from Soreyya city. He then explained to the Thera how Soreyya was turned into a female on account of his wrongful thoughts towards the respected Thera. Lady Soreyya then respectfully asked Bara or Thera Makasajana. The Thera then said, Gareth, I forgive you. As soon as these words were spoken, the woman was changed back to a man. Soreyya then pondered how within a single system and with a single body he had undergone changes and how sons were born to him, etc. And feeling very weary and repulsive of all these things, he decided to leave the household life and join the order under the Thera. After that, he was often asked, whom do you love more, the two sons you had as a man or the other two you had as a wife? To that, he would answer that his love for those born of the one was greater. This question was put to him so often. He felt very much annoyed and ashamed. So he stayed by himself and with diligence contemplated the decay and dissolution of the body. He soon attained a ridership together with analytical insight. When the old question was next put to him, he replied that he had no question for anyone in particular. Other bhikkhus, hearing him, thought he must be telling a lie. When reported about the Soreyya, giving a different answer. The Buddha said, my son is not telling lies. He is speaking the truth. His answer now is different because he has now realized Radhaship and so has no more affection for anyone in particular. By this well-directed mind, my son has brought about in himself a well-being which neither the father nor the mother can bestow on him. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows: not a mother or not a father nor any other relative can do more for the well-being of one than a rightly directed mind can. At the end of the discourse, many attain suitable fruition. That's all today I read. I already read 3 stories of Dhammavara in the Dhammavara book. Usually I say to you, you will get some knowledge and vision of the Dhamma. These stories are very excellent and you get the wide knowledge and wide vision of the Dhamma. Thank you all. Collect to you all.